Most people think that they have a confidence problem. They actually have a voice mechanics problem. And that is what is costing you respect every time you walk into the room. And I'm going to prove it to you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you the 3 leaks that are happening in your voice that are making you lose authority. Let me know in the comments which is the one that is affecting you the most. Are you ready? Number 1, trailing off. You start the sentence well, but by the time you get to the end of the sentence, your voice just kind of dies down. It almost fades out. So you start a sentence really, really well. You're at a good pace. You're at a good volume. And then by the end of it, you're like, That's happening because you don't have the right amount of breath support. You're not breathing from your diaphragm when you're speaking. And you're also doing the other mistake that a lot of people do when they talk. When you pause, you have to inhale from the nose, but not only inhale from the nose, but you also need to make sure that it's your belly that comes out when you are breathing. Imagine your stomach to be a balloon. Every time I take a pause, just like I did right now, I also made sure that I pulled in air, oxygen into my nostrils, into my belly, into my spine. If you do that, you're going to have enough breath support to support your voice. Understand this. Your voice rides on a bed of air. That is how it is heard. Think of it as an invisible sound wave. The sound wave is being created, but it needs a bed of air to carry through to the listener, to the ears of your listener. So make sure that you are breathing correctly, which is breathing diaphragmatically. That's what you were doing when you were an infant. Nobody needed to teach you how to breathe. But as you grow older, your emotions started to govern your breathing. So if there's stress, tension, and anxiety, the first thing that gets affected is your breathing. And if you're not breathing right, your voice is going to tail off at the end of the sentence. You are not going to sound as powerful as you do. The second leak which is happening in your voice is that you're ending your sentences on an upward inflection. What you need to do is do a little bit of down talking. End your sentence on a downward inflection. You could even do it with a question. Let me give you an example. Can you pass me the salt? Is seeking permission. It's validation that you are looking for. It's almost like you want to be in a position where you are inferior. Hey, can you pass me the salt? Now, if I have to say the same thing with authority, I would say, hey, can you pass me the salt? It is a question, but I'm still ending it on a downward inflection. So that's a little vocal adjustment that you want to do. And you will be surprised at the number of people that you're able to influence, the impact that you can create, and the number of people who will also agree to your requests because you asked for that request, but you ended it on a downward inflection rather than the question mark inflection. Remember, an upward inflection at the end of your sentence transmits uncertainty, whereas a downward inflection at the end of your sentence is a signal of confidence, of certainty. A lot of you do it when you are saying your name. Hi, my name is Paran. Hi, my name is Paran. End it on a lower inflection. I've been a voice coach for 10 years. I've been a voice coach for 10 years. Tell me which one sounds more authoritative, more certain, more confident. If you want to find out more about what is leaking in your voice and is costing you authority, respect, trust, influence, then I offer a free voice strategy call. Think of it as me listening to your voice very carefully, offering you a diagnosis as well as an action plan on how you can improve every aspect of your voice, which means you improve your breathing, the amount of body you put into your voice, and you also learn how to regulate your nervous system better so that you sound like the cool, calm, confident speaker that you want to sound like. I'm going to put the link in the description below. You can reach out to me. It's an absolutely free call. And if things work out, I'll even tell you about the $1 Million Voice Protocol. Number 2, right? Which brings me to number 3. And that is that you are rushing. You are in some sort of hurry to just get it over and done with every time you have to speak. Well, first of all, let's understand why it's happening. When you are tense, when you are nervous, when you're anxious, when you see an audience and you start to perceive that as a threat, it's your brain. It says, hey, this is a dangerous situation, and immediately it puts your autonomous nervous system in the fight or flight mode, also known as the sympathetic nervous system. What you want to do is switch from fight, flight, freeze to rest, digest, relaxation response, which is your parasympathetic nervous system. There's a lot that happens to you when you go into fight or flight mode. Number one, your heartbeat increases. Blood starts rushing into those parts of your body which are required for you to either fight or run away. The brain chemistry that you have is a spike in cortisol and adrenaline. You start getting a very tunnel vision. You seem to be lost in yourself. You start looking like a talking head. You are not really responding to the audience. You are reacting to the situation. Afterwards, when you're done with that talk or whatever presentation pitch you had, you're exhausted and you don't remember much of it because you looked at your audience and said, oh, this is a tough crowd. These guys are going to be really hostile. This is going to be amazingly bad. I'm going to be found out that I even stammer and I'm not very confident. That is just your brain's very natural response to what it thinks is a stress or a danger. What you want to do is go into the parasympathetic. That's when instead of cortisol and adrenaline, you have acetylcholine in your brain chemistry. You are relaxed. It's the same feeling that you get when you are amongst people that you connect with. It could be your family, it could be friends, but there's a certain ease about you. In fact, when you talk, people see that you're enjoying yourself. And then what happens? They stop worrying about you because they can now really concentrate and listen to you because you seem to be so relaxed and so much at ease. Instead of tunnel vision, you start having peripheral vision. You make fantastic eye contact with your audience. And afterwards, instead of being fatigued and don't remember exactly what you said, you feel nice and energized. When you look at the audience, you see connection. The same connection that you see when you are with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. That same sense you get when you are in front of any audience. Now, this also starts to work in your favor when you have the right breathing which is going on, which is you breathe in from the nose, you breathe in into your belly, and you make sure that your breathing is deep, wide and low. Deep, सब समझते हैं, गहरी सांस लो. Deep, wide का क्या मतलब है? Even your sides and your spine should feel that yes, you pulled in enough oxygen. And low means you don't fill up your stomach and your lungs only with half air, which typically happens when you are shallow breathing or accessory breathing, also called as chest breathing. When you breathe like this, when your shoulders rise, then you're just filling up air till here, but you want to fill your lungs completely with air. So for that, it's your belly and your spine that is doing the heavy lifting. These are some of the changes that you want to incorporate immediately. Thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe and keep coming back because I'm going to be helping you improve every aspect of your voice so you can finally start to command the attention that you deserve.